Have you ever seen a car that makes you wish they still made them like this? That's the Volvo 850R, a car that took Volvo's sensible, safety-obsessed reputation and threw a big turbocharged wrench into it. This wasn't just another boxy Swedish wagon your parents drove. No, this was a car that could haul groceries and haul on the track, all while looking like it belonged in an executive parking lot. And it's the kind of car that makes modern Volvos look, well, a little too polite. Back in the early 90s, Volvo was known for making safe, reliable, and, let's be honest, pretty boring cars. They had a niche and they stuck with it, dominating the market with their boxy sedans and wagons. But that's not to say Volvo didn't want to branch out a bit. The automotive world was changing, and Volvo knew it couldn't just keep making cars that were perfect for safely transporting the kids to school while looking like the family minivan. Enter the Volvo 850R. The 850R wasn't just another trim level of the 850. It was a high-performance model that took the already impressive 850 and turned up the dial on everything. While Volvo had already made waves with the limited-run 850 T5R, a high-performance version of the 850, the 850R was the company's final word in performance sedans and wagons. By 1996, Volvo had clearly embraced the idea that performance didn't have to come at the expense of practicality or safety. The 850R was available in two body styles, a saloon, which was a sedan, and an estate, which was a wagon, because, of course, practicality was still a priority. It didn't matter if you needed to haul your family or your gear, the 850R could do it with style and performance. The car came equipped with a 2.3-liter turbocharged 5-cylinder engine that offered a performance output of 247 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque in the manual version. For the automatic, those figures were slightly lower, at 237 horsepower and 243 foot-pounds of torque. This wasn't just a fast car, it was fast in a way that felt effortlessly composed. Let's break down the performance side of the equation. The manual version, with its M59 heavy-duty manual transmission, was an absolute blast to drive. It came equipped with a viscous coupling, limited slip differential that significantly improved traction and handling. The larger turbo engine, a redesigned turbo manifold, an upgraded intercooler, and a unique ECU running Motronic 4.3 all came together to create a driving experience that was fast and thrilling, but not over the top. The 0 to 60 mph time for the manual was around 6.5 seconds, which at the time was impressively quick for a car that could also carry a load of groceries or a family's worth of luggage. On the other hand, the automatic version was a bit more subdued in terms of performance. It had a slightly slower 0 to 60 mph time of about 7.1 seconds, and while it wasn't as exciting as the manual, it was still a very solid performer in its own right. The automatic was designed for those who wanted something a bit more relaxed but still capable of some serious speed. With a top speed of around 150 miles per hour, the 850R could hold its own against plenty of other high-performance sedans of its era. Now, the 850R's interior was as impressive as its performance. Volvo wasn't just concerned with getting you from point A to point B, they wanted to make sure you were comfortable and stylish along the way. Inside, the 850R featured Alcantara and leather sport seats that offered great support and comfort, even on long trips. The two-tone leather steering wheel added a touch of luxury, while the stainless steel 850 kick plates gave the cabin a premium feel that was often missing from other performance sedans of the time. The driving dynamics of the Volvo 850R are a testament to how well Volvo blended performance and practicality in a way that few manufacturers could at the time. When you get behind the wheel, the first thing that stands out is how composed and balanced it feels, whether you're cruising down the highway or pushing it through tight corners. The 850R's suspension is firm, yet forgiving, offering an experience that feels both stable and agile, which is a rare combination for a car that also serves as a family hauler. The steering is precise, providing just the right amount of feedback, giving you confidence in its handling. The turbocharged engine, with its smooth power delivery, makes acceleration feel effortless, but it's the sound of the 5-cylinder engine that truly captures the essence of driving this car. It's a throaty growl that resonates with character, unlike the generic hum of many other turbo engines of the era. Whether you're driving the manual version with its engaging transmission and limited slip differential or the automatic that still delivers solid performance, the 850R's driving dynamics will leave you impressed. It's a car that can be both thrilling and easygoing, depending on how you want to drive it. In true Volvo fashion, the 850R also came with an array of safety features that would make other car manufacturers green with envy. This was the first Volvo to feature the side impact protection system, a self-adjusting seatbelt mechanism, and a carefully designed interior layout to minimize injury in the event of a crash. Volvo knew that while performance was important, safety was still their top priority, and the 850R was no exception. It wasn't just a fast car, it was a fast car that could protect its occupants in the event of a collision. And let's not forget about the 850's all-wheel drive variant, produced between 1996 and 1997. This featured a 2.5L turbocharged engine that produced 190 horsepower. The all-wheel drive system, combined with a 5-speed manual transmission and self-leveling rear suspension. It had a higher ride height, a more aggressive stance, and a sense of ruggedness. It gave this version of the 850 a unique character that set it apart from the front-wheel drive models. Volvo was never known for making flashy cars, and the 850R was no exception. Its colors were relatively understated. These were the options available in the European version. In the US, buyers had a more limited selection, but these colors still gave the 850R a sleek, professional appearance, fitting in perfectly at both a corporate parking lot or a weekend track day. The Volvo 850R was a standout in the mid-90s performance car market, offering a unique blend of practicality, performance, and luxury that few of its contemporaries could match. Competing against heavyweights like the BMW M5, Audi S4, and Mercedes-Benz E-Class, the 850R's front-wheel drive layout and turbocharged 5-cylinder engine set it apart in terms of driving dynamics and handling. While the BMW M5 boasted a more powerful engine, the 850R's balance and comfort made it a more approachable option for everyday driving, with a softer ride that didn't sacrifice too much in the way of performance. The Audi S4, with its quattro all-wheel drive system, was a formidable competitor in terms of handling, but the 850R offered superior interior refinement and a more engaging driving experience. The Mercedes-Benz E-Class, particularly the E500, leaned heavily into luxury, offering a smooth, comfortable ride but sacrificing the dynamic driving characteristics that enthusiasts craved. Likewise, the Saab 9000 Aero was a practical choice for those seeking performance, but it fell short in terms of refinement and driving engagement when compared to the Volvo 850R. Ultimately, the Volvo 850R provided an enticing middle ground, offering both the exhilarating performance expected from a performance car and the comfort, safety, and practicality that Volvo was known for, making it a rare gem in the performance sedan wagon segment. It may not have had the most power or the most aggressive driving dynamics, but it excelled in balancing these aspects in a way that few could match. When the 850 was replaced by the S70 and V70 in 1997, the 850R became a nostalgic moment in Volvo's history. It represented a time when Volvo was willing to step outside of its comfort zone and create something that was truly special, a car that was fast, practical, and safe, all in one package. While the S70 and V70 carried on the 850's legacy in their own way, the 850R's combination of performance, style, and everyday usability is something that's hard to replicate. So why does the Volvo 850R still matter today? It wasn't just a car, it was a statement. A statement that Volvo could make more than just reliable, boring cars. It could make a car that was fun to drive, stylish, and still capable of doing everything you needed a car to do. The 850R wasn't just a performance sedan, it was a car that proved that you didn't have to compromise on practicality to have a good time behind the wheel. In an era where every car seemed to be trying to outdo the next with bigger engines and more power, the Volvo 850R stood out as a car that was well-rounded, unpretentious, and thoroughly enjoyable to drive. It was a reminder that performance didn't have to come with a hefty price tag, and it didn't have to mean sacrificing the things that made a car practical. The 850R left a legacy that's still felt today, especially among those who appreciate cars that don't necessarily have to shout to be heard. The 850R remains one of the greatest sleeper cars of its era, a performance car that didn't need to scream about it to be respected. It was a car that did everything well, and it did it with a level of refinement that's hard to find in today's performance cars. If you're lucky enough to drive or own one, consider yourself part of a rare club. The Volvo 850R may have been a brief moment in Volvo's history, but it's a moment that will always be remembered by car enthusiasts who appreciate a good sleeper. So, what do you think? Have you ever driven the Volvo 850R? Would you buy one today if the opportunity arose? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. We've got plenty more hidden performance gems to talk about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.